Hello, I'm ABXToyCat and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make an ice farm in Minecraft for Xbox and Minecraft for PlayStation. This is a very useful farm to have because ice is one of the cooler blocks you can actually get in survival for both those consoles. It's something we've only have access to for a few updates using Silk Touch, but it's still something that can be challenging for people to get because as you see, as you slowly start to break the ice around your world, you start to run out of sources you can find it in, and that's where this video comes in. It gives you an ice farm that kind of abuses the infinite water mechanics to give you an infinite amount of ice, so you never have to worry about where the ice is coming from. You just have to flick this farm on and off, and it's very, very easy to make. It only requires pistons, redstone, a block of some form, and some water. Very, very easy to make in comparison to all of our farms, and very, very effective. So please do like it if you do like it. It would help out the channel a lot, and it lets me know that you like it. And let me know if what you're going to use this for in the comments down below, if you are going to use that, because I'd love to know, like, if you're making a frozen palace, or if you're going to make, like, an enchantment table using real ice. You can do whatever you want. Just let me know in the comments down below, and let's get straight into the video with the first step, which is finding a frozen biome, or a, kind of cold tiger biome, as it's called if it's got the snow trees here. And basically, if you have a brand new world, this is as simple as finding somewhere where there's snow on the ground, and there's, snow on the trees and everything, because this means that it is a cold tiger biome. If you have an older world, the biomes might have switched around underneath the world, which means that what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to check if in this biome it actually freezes the water, or an easy other check is to find out if it rains everywhere else, it snows here. If it snows here, or if the water slowly turns into ice, as you should see here, the solid water blocks that is, so this one and this one for instance, then you'll know that this is a snow biome and you're good to go. Once you've found yourself a snow biome, you need to flatten out a ground. For me, this involved getting rid of quite a bit of dirt and chopping down quite a few trees, but you might be lucky enough to find one where you have to do very little effort and it's just, flat ground that will you can do the same thing I'm doing here on. But for me, again, I just have to chop down some trees, which is useful because I'm going to be using them to build the actual the ice farm itself. So, yeah, using this 16 by 16 area, which is the rough size I recommend for a reasonably big one. If you want to make a lot easier one, you can go like even smaller, like 8 by 8, 9 by 9. But in this case, again, 16 by 16, that's the largest reasonable sized one. You could go bigger, you can go smaller, but I think this is the nice, reasonable recommendation. Then you need to make yourself using a block of your choice. In this case, it's going to be spruce wood. You need to make like a 16 by 16 area like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Once you've done two sides, you can just link up the rest as you can with any square thing, and eventually that will give you your 16 by 16 area. This is the very first thing you need to do, and it's a pretty easy step. It just requires like one full stack of something, and if it's spruce wood like I'm using here, then you can literally use the trees you chop down to make the area to do it, and again, it just makes it so very easy. Next up, we need to make some more spruce wood from our spruce wood logs. You're going to want to make a kind of second layer, but only around half of it. So what you want to do is you want to like make like kind of like a pyramid almost, but only the first two layers. Then you want to make like a second layer going all the way out, so you get only on two edges though, on two sides like this, and this will give you, this is where the water is going to be stored. This is how you're going to make the infinite sources over and over again and then turn them into ice. Very simple thing like that. And it's as simple as that, and we're done. The third step we're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the next block in. So this is, that's the edge block, then there's the block here, and then there's these blocks here. You want to take these blocks, and you want to like kind of make a little trench in it. Again, very, very simple thing to do, just like this. Also, make sure you actually leave it like as a 1x1 trench. We will be filling this in later, so you don't have to worry too much about how you do it. You just want to make sure you keep the dirt on you so you can actually refill it, because you can use any blocks here, but dirt, because it's just so easy to get, is probably the most easy one to do. And now using this trench, you want to make, like, downwards facing pistons. That's why you're making it. It is just entirely for this reason, because these are going to be the things that block off the water and, like, unblock them off to allow you to make the sources and then make the ice. So now with that said, break a block to get yourself out, then break the thing in there, and now you want to fill this trench in, and then it's as simple as that. And as you can see now, you can imagine if there's water behind there, as soon as you place the pistons down, then it will block off the ice from getting through, and then you can work your magic. So with that said, now you're going to want to use a bucket and an infinite source. Basically just find 2 bits of water, make an infinite source somewhere nearby there, make sure it doesn't freeze up, because that's something it will do, even if there is ice nearby sometimes. And you want to then place these water sources in the little holes at the back there. So this will take quite a bit of time, especially in survival. In creative, it can of course be a lot faster, but you want to just slowly like use every other block and turn it into a source block. You can do every individual block, but it's a little bit more efficient to do every other block because it will turn them all into sources. And basically, the reason we're doing this is that it allows us to, if you have all these blocks going around the edges as being source blocks, it will slowly turn the whole thing into infinite source. and I'll show you how to do that right now. So, yeah, let's basically just keep going around here, keep on making the infinite sources, like that, and yeah, it's, again, it's just going to take us a little bit of time. What we'll actually do, just to save ourselves a little bit of time, is we'll place one block there for now, so we can just keep going in and then out, placing the blocks as we need, saving ourselves just a little bit of time. Really, what you could do is you keep the infinite source like somewhere in the middle, like on the other side. It's entirely up to you how you do this. Like this is a step that could probably be done more efficiently, but I'm just doing it this way for the sake of getting it done in a in a reasonably easy way. And you know, what's an easier way to get an infinite source than just have a 2x2 next to the thing you're using it from? So yeah, you can see as we're going around here, it's actually going to slowly start making the infinite sources, even though it's not really in ice farm mode yet, because we don't have the pistons wired up to anything, which isn't really a problem. It means that, you know, the whole thing will just start itself a step easier. And we are slowly running out of food, so I don't need to say this in Edge tutorial, but make sure you bring food, because otherwise you'll starve. But yeah. As you can see, coming very close to the edge here. The more of these you have, the longer this step will take, but the more ice you'll get. So again, if you just have a 7x7 ice farm, you could do this very, very easily, but it does mean the amount of ice you're going to get is going to be a lot less, and, you know, since there is a little bit of waiting in between each time, because the way water turns into ice is seemingly random, yeah, it is something just worth bearing in mind. So, I think we did miss a block just over there, so we're going to make sure we fill this one in. Just be safe. And what we're also going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go get ourselves some food in a second, because I don't want to starve to death while making this tutorial video. So, as you can see, there's a couch over there. We'll kill him in a second as we wait for the ice to freeze up. Just a few more blocks to place, and then we're good here. And actually, just, you know, to give this a break, because I'm sure you're like, you had the point there, Toy Cat. So next up, what you want to do is use have a lever, so we'll place the lever on a block here, and then have redstone going to all of the pistons in some way. The bigger the farm gets, the more tricky this can be, because the repeaters don't put the signal out to the side. But basically, when you do, it's just as simple as doing something like this, having the repeater be on the very corner block, just here, and then heading around the edge. It is really as simple as that, and now every single one of these is hooked up to that single button, and as you can see, when I press them all down, nothing can happen right there, which is very, very easy. And actually, to make our life just a little bit easier, if we deliberately don't have redstone on these blocks just over here, it means we can get the water there in a much, much easier fashion. So let's actually do it that way, just to be simple. Head over here, and let's place the last few blocks down then, shall we? So one just over there, and then one in the very corner, and then we might have to fill some in, but hopefully we should be good just after that. So let's go ahead, wade our way through the water. And as you can see, basically what that switch is aiming there to do is it's just being there to, like, stop the water flow going and then put it back sometimes. And hopefully, now when we turn off the water, we might need to fill some in. Because, again, we did every other block to save some time, but I wasn't doing it precisely every block. What should actually happen is, assuming we get rid of this block just here anyway, because this is getting in the way, what will actually happen is, as you can see, it will slowly... We're actually missing a block just there, as you can see. But yeah, if you have all the sources actually placed down, what you should be able to do, assuming we can actually do that, is you'll start to make the infinite sources over the place. Because once you have a few infinite sources, it will start to spread very easily. And as you can see here, if we just quickly place the last few ones in there, again, being fast rather than thorough can cause problems sometimes. So yeah, what we can actually do is take one sec. I'm just gonna bear it back a second and make sure each of these blocks are placed, because I'm missing a few in that corner there. You can very clearly see, and I just want to make sure I get them all placed in there. Okay, so basically all it was there is it was just I had a few blocks missing from the corner. Make sure you pay special attention to the corner, because that's where the kind of chain reaction starts. And as you can see, as soon as you do that, you want to press this on so it stops all the water flowing from the corner to get out there. This is kind of important. And then once you have that in place, it's as simple as just waiting, because now this is just a bunch of source blocks, and source blocks, when exposed to the cold for long enough, will eventually all turn into ice. So if we just leave it for a little bit, I'll play this in fast forward, what you'll actually see is all of this water will slowly turn into ice blocks, and we can go off and do our own thing, but just for the sake of video, I'm going to just, fast forward this next bit, and you'll see how it slowly turns into ice, and we'll then have some ice to harvest. Okay, so 20 minutes have passed, and you might have noticed we've got everything turned into ice except this one block. And something you might have actually noticed while that was going on is that it actually started taking longer and longer for more blocks to freeze. Like, it was a lot at first, then it was few, and then it took something like 4 minutes for the second to last block to freeze. The basic reason for that is that each block has its own, random timer, and then sometimes they take ages, sometimes they don't. In this case, it particularly is. So we're just going to ignore this one for now to show that if you really need ice, if you want to waste it, you don't have to spend, an extra 5 minutes just waiting, staring at a block, being like, you need to unfreeze yourself now. Also, it's quickly just get ourselves some free meat. Yeah, just, it's a pro tip right there. So yeah, let's just eat the thing, and then let's show you what happens now. So what you want to do now, you've got loads of ice, you just want to use your Silk Touch pickaxe, and you want to get all of the blocks here. Very, very simple, just charge through, getting all the ice blocks you can. And as you can see, you're going to end up with a big old stack of ice blocks soon. And of course, that's exactly what you want to build your thing. I assume that's why you made this ice farm. If you don't, you put them in a chest, do whatever you want them, but basically you'll see what you do after this, because as soon as you've gone all the ice blocks, which is apparently going to take me a while, especially if I keep just running around in circles rather than doing anything useful, then yeah, eventually once you've done all this, you can just immediately start again by just flicking the switch, getting some water going and doing all that sort of stuff. So hopefully the last block freezes in that time. If it doesn't, I'll show you what to do without that. So first of all, let's just dig around it so we can leave blocks around it be. If worst case scenario, because hopefully, I'm hoping that it will eventually just freeze and decide to do its thing, but if it doesn't, we'll come back in a second. So yeah, just get all the ever ice in here, because otherwise it's a waste if you don't, and it does create some problems if you don't anyway. Go ahead, just get as many as you can. I think we're on 2 and a bit stacks now. That's why this is so crazy, because even at 16 by 16, we're still going to get roughly 2 and a bit, just under 3 stacks for every single time we do this. And given that, it's 20 minutes, and you can go do something else in that 20 minutes, yeah, let's scoop up the last water block. Break the last revolve things there. As you can see, it's the same as if we did just get, 2.5 stacks of ice, and then as soon as we've done that, all we can just do is we just flip the switch on, and as you can see, it will slowly make infinite sources along the whole thing. Flip it back off, and then boom, wait again another 20 minutes, and then I get a bunch more ice. So yeah, that's this handy little ice farm. It's very, very cool in my opinion, because ice is one of the cooler blocks in the game. You can build so many cool things with it, and because it is kind of see-through, it's not only a cool looking block, but it's also got loads of, practical purposes. It's kind of like a blue stained glass, if you will, except entirely different. But yeah, that's ice for you. Very cool block. What you can actually do using this, see, it just happened so fast. You can actually use this technique, and if you're clever with it, you can actually, if you attach it to loads of pistons, you can make a self-healing, kind of spleef arena, because if you've ever seen, the self-healing spleef arena with, cobblestone, as long as you give people pickaxes without Silk Touch, they'll just, what will happen is they'll break the blocks, they'll fall down to the next floor, and you can make it so you don't have to rebuild a spleef arena each time. You can just have ice rebuild it, which is way cooler than a spleef arena made out of cobblestone. So yeah, that's the idea right there. I hope you did enjoy the video. Please do like it if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do a bunch of videos just like this one that if you play Minecraft console, I'm sure you'll like. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.